Alright, we're gonna be reacting to the Vintage 8 sinkhole. Remember, wow, English is hard today. What the hell? Remember to visit, visit the original. Always support them. Okay, Vintage 8. Remember, support the original creator of these VHS tapes. You know, part 1. Let's get it going. In March 1990, a sinkhole opened in Bio Miniature. I'm just gonna say Bio. 17 miles from Kate's Crossing, the residents of the area were immediately relocated in an effort to monitor the sinkhole. The Tangi and Kate's Crossing have both been talked about throughout these entire things, so it's in the same universe. Okay, Tangi government contracted Dunington Construction to build a makeshift facility near the excavation site. I said excavation. Yeah, it's that's the word you extract people with. Extraction site, evacuation. Oh my god, I'm bad at English today. At its fastest, the sinkhole grew 30 yards a day. It consumed everything in its path: trees, homes, and wildlife. It was in the word forever consuming. Oh my god, why am I illiterate today? Did my brain have a stroke? The press named the sinkhole Pac-Man. Fitting. And then, without much notice, the sinkhole stopped growing and then receded. However, not before consuming the makeshift facility and researchers assigned to observe the sinkhole. Little is known about what occurred in the final days of this incident. Hmm. Afterwards, things returned to normal. People returned to Bio. The area is routinely monitored, and no signs of trouble have been reported in the last 20 years. However, recently the hard drives from the research facilities were recovered intact by a local fisherman. So it's not an anomalous hole? Even though it seemed like it would be. The following information is the digital journals and research material of Dr. Jeffrey Baker and London Fields. Landon, London, March 8, 1999. 1999, 1990, what? I promise you my English is good. I'm not having a stroke, I guess. London Fields, March 8, 1990. We are approximating a mile from Pac-Man. Clever nickname, regardless. I feel like we're too close. If this thing doesn't slow down, it will gobble us up in less than a month. Hmm. However, my associate, Dr. Jeffrey Baker, doesn't seem too concerned. He believes it'll slow down in the next few days, especially as it gets closer to solid ground. I know he's an expert geologist and all, but the thought of getting gobbled up by a sinkhole in the middle of the night is an unnerving feeling, to say the least. Hmm. So we do know that his fears come to fruition. And then there's the job. I understand getting measurements, doing graphs, radars, etc., but audio seems a little odd. Wait, they're recording audio from the hole. I guess survivors? But even if there were survivors, how the hell are you gonna get them out? According to Dunkington Construction, getting audio is the main reason I'm here. So he's like the audio technician then. So we're watching this from the audio technician's journals. I would say point of view, but it's journals. Oh, fair enough. Duncan Construction is footing the bill, probably at the local government's expense, but regardless, they are paying well, very well. So Whatever, I'll waste thousands of dollars of equipment at their request. It's not my tax dollars. Hmm. It's concerning the fact that they want audio. Tomorrow we're dropping 1,000 feet of audio equipment into the sinkhole. None of it will survive. I doubt we'll hear anything but running water. Ooh, ow. Dr. Jeffrey Baker, March 8th, 1990. I believe the creation of the I still can't pronounce that. Blank sinkhole was a natural occurrence. The nearest drilling site for oil or natural gas is well over 200 miles away. Whatever caused the sinkhole had to start under the earth. Escaped methane is the most likely culprit. More research needs to be done. Hmm. Tomorrow, London and I will boat to the site. I'm eager to see how much this thing has grown. Last estimates were 5 yards a day. That's extraordinary. I believe we will find that it has slowed down, but we will see. Hmm. Sounds right, it was a bayou. So a single's running in a bayou is kind of odd, and the fact it's just eating everything is also odd. Because you would assume if it's a sinkhole in a bayou, eventually the water would be flooded into it and then it would be full, but I guess not. I guess it just continues. Yeah, moving and consuming as we're seeing. Hmm, that's quite drastic. Hmm. Okay. Jeffrey Baker, March 9th, 1990. The sinkhole is growing much faster than anticipated. I estimate it's currently expanding at 10 yards a day. I'm at a loss to why. Wait. I'd like to see a consult. Wait. I'd like to consult with a colleague, possibly get someone on a federal level out here, but uh, done construction has forbid that until the end of the assignment. Hmm. I wonder why. I wonder why they're like stopping them from actually making progress. London Fields, March 9th, 1990. It's weird, there's nothing around the site except squirrels. I wonder why they seem to be the only thing unafraid of Pac Man. We dumped 100k worth of sound gear into the water. I monitored it as best I could, but Pac Man gobbled it up. I got about 30 minutes worth of sounds recording on several different platforms from a dozen different mics, all which are in Pac Man's stomach or wherever wherever everything goes. I'm illiterate. I asked if some. Wait. I asked if I could scrub the audio off-site, but instead the next day they set up $250,000 studios in essentially a well-built shack. They made it clear that they want no one on the outside to hear the recordings. So clearly they found something inside. Hmm. I don't know what it would be though. Are you gonna get the audio? listened to audio, nothing but running water. Imagine that. Dunn Construction took their audio and has delivered more audio equipment. They asked that I now drop 3,000 feet of equipment into the sinkhole. Seems like cost is no issue to them. March 11th, 1990. I'm just wondering and understanding so close to it, because if it changes directions, they're done. It's like, what possibly they're looking for? I understand recording its movements, but still, there's not much really going on here. Too exciting from a scientific perspective. Like, the sinkholes forms, and then leaves I can understand, but like right now they're just kind of looking at it. Another 100k down the drain, literally. Let's go listen to more running water. There's like souls of the damage down there. Yeah, there's something else mixed in with the running water. I cleaned it up. Well, I don't know what I'm hearing. Jeffrey seems just as perplexed. It either seems like a hell pit has opened, or we're hearing wind through a cave. So it's wind through a cave, or the dead and the damned have come alive. Well, come alive would be rhetorical. They're living in a pit. I'm thinking it's cave through a wind. Cave through a wind. Wind through a cave. I've never heard anything like that coming from the Earth. I've asked London to slow it down, speed it up, alter it, and whatever else immediately. I'd like to have a good guess as to what this is before the rep from Duncan Construction checks in. Because they're just going to take it all and consider it done. Because that's the thing, right? I was wondering if could it be the alien virus, the worms we've seen from the other ones, slowed down 50%. I'm still thinking it's like cave. Why do I keep saying that backwards? It's wind through a cave, not cave through a wind. See, like, they're doing the 10% and everything here. Well, the question would be like, why? Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely an alien. That's an alien if I've ever heard one. That's an alien if I've ever heard one. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That doesn't sound very pleasing. You can get out of my ear now. Lows boosted? Yeah, it's basically just like a monster. High boosted. Dr. Jeffrey Baker, March 11, 1990. Listening to these different samples make me uncomfortable. They're still playing them. Oh, now samples. Baker, March 12, 1990. I've listened to this sound for hours. I can hear it in my damn sleep. My mind feels like it's in a fog. A fog I'm mistaking too many simple mistakes. Maybe I'm coming down with something, or perhaps I'm just tired. Darlelle from Dunn Construction checked in. I told her that the sinkhole was still growing and London's microphones picked up a particular sound. She immediately transferred me to somebody I've never spoken to before, a nice guy, and he was excited. His name was Billy. No, Gilly, I think. Hmm. I asked that I continue to analyze the sounds. He said it was more important than the sinkhole itself. They seemed odd to me, but I will do as instructed. I'll just send London to do measurements while I continue to listen to whatever this is. Jeffrey has been acting odd. He's been listening to the sound on repeat for hours now. It's like he's addicted to it. Thankfully, I bought a few cassettes for my personal stash. Makes drowning out that creepy crap a little easier. I mean, yeah, nobody wants to listen to it, and we're already hearing it on repeat now. Reversed normal speed, and it's still like the same thing though. I'm not really hearing anything different. That was my background. I'm like, there's a train in the hole. No, it's just my background. Is that my background? Yeah, that's my background. Okay. Yeah, there's a train. I was like, what the fuck am I hearing? It's a train. Hmm. I'm still hearing the same stuff. I should probably... Do I have this on max? I do. Okay. At first, 200%. Why is he so obsessed with the audio? Hmm. Oh, it does sound too different. Still creepy. The thing I'd do for a quick buck. Seriously. Right now. It's like there's clearly something in the hole, whether it's the hole itself making the noise or there's something in there. Something is still happening here that's very odd. I connected to like the aliens and the lizard virus we saw in the last tapes and the giant worms and all that, but I don't know. So according to my measurements, we lost 30 yards since last night. It doesn't look like it's growing in a perfect circle either. In my opinion, it's still growing towards our facility. 30 yards in a day, that's ridiculous. Lando made a mistake. I'm sending him out for another measurement tomorrow. Regardless, I'm repeating this to Darlin, even if it grew half that. I would find this very concerning. I think because they've heard what it sounds like, it's going to kill them on purpose. It's now targeting you because you've heard of what it sounds. You've heard it. It knows you. The weather has been terrible. I've not had a chance to revisit this sinkhole. I'm hoping to go tomorrow. Meanwhile, Jeffrey has been locked in his room for the last 3 days. I don't think he's eaten anything. Hell, I don't even think he's been to the bathroom. I think I might need a new geologist soon. isn't just noise. This is a voice. A voice. It's asking me to do something. But it's asking I don't know yet, but I need to find out. So he's just become obsessed. Because, okay, so 16 minutes into these recordings for us, he's become obsessed. March 17th, 1990. Oh, Pac-Man has grown another 400 yards. This is terrifying at this rate. I'll be halfway here. It'll be halfway here in a few days. It's growing faster than anyone estimated. I thought Jeffrey would have taken my new measurements a little more seriously, but he just went back to his room and continued to listen to that noise. It sounds so relaxing. I think it's becoming thoughts in my head. In my head, the only thoughts in my head. So it just okay. We've lost him. It makes sense. It's a voice. It's a voice of an angel. Angel. Why doesn't Lando hear it? I think it's calling me. It wants me to come to it. I must do what it's asking me. I must go to it. Now it's late, but it needs me. I must let it gaze, swallow me, all of me. Every bit must go to the eye. Bye for now. Weird hope sound in my head. Make me happy. I need this. Goodbye, wife. Janice kisses the kid. Wait, kiss the kids, Bobby and Candace. For me, I see you when you are. He's gonna throw himself in the hole. He wrote a goodbye note and he's gonna kill himself. I found Jeffrey's note and some other weird drawings. So this thing basically just like took control of him. He's become brain dead. An eye? Multiple different ones? I took the spare boat and found his clothes by the hole I think he jumped into. God, why would he do that? We'll never find his body, but that's not all. I think the whole crew. I immediately reported this to Dunn Security. I figured why Jeff going crazy and Pac-Man continued to grow that they would declare a state of emergency, but they didn't. Boy, was I wrong. They said they had a contingency for this situation. What the hell has a contingency plan for something this crazy? I tried to quit, but they reminded me I'll get nothing if I did, and then they doubled the fee. I could damn near retire on this job. But we know he's not going to. We know he's going to die because they're now doubling down his fee, and he's not going to say no to it. It might be dumb, but I fell in line quickly. Darlene said it might take a few days to find a replacement for Jeffrey, but they had a piece of equipment. They had a piece of equipment that might work better. Back with the
Hello,
Oracle.
I am Oracle. What would you like to know?
This one's red instead of white. I don't know he even asked it. End of part 2. So Oracle has now been introduced. We're only 20 minutes in. Jeffrey has been controlled. He has killed himself, and now we have the Oracle in here. So all of these are in the same universe and connected. Is it just slowly going to be hellhole? 10. Part 3. Apparently Dunn Construction has some friends in parish government. They were able to pull a few strings with the local resource facility and our operation listed as a beta test for something called the Oracle Project. Boop boop boop. That's one hell of a string. Someone at Dunn Construction must know some pretty high level people. I guess that explains why they are so flush with cash. So I guess Oracle's on loan as well as this young guy, Dr. Oliver. Didn't we know there was an Oliver? Oliver Sanders, doctor. The guy doesn't look a day over 20. We know Oliver was Oliver an Oracle? Was Oliver not the first guy? I think he was the first doctor. While he was setting up, I went to get another measurement, another 250 yards gone. This situation has become ridiculous. If this thing gets too much closer, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm getting the hell out of here. Can't spend money inside the sinkhole. Hmm. Oliver said using the thing would be pretty simple. You just ask it questions and it answers. Every question you will be backed up to a separate hard drive and a VHS tape. Wait, every question will be backed up. But there's a catch. It has to be taught the damn thing had ears and an eye as well as a scanner. I'm calling it. This is going to go well. Oliver wouldn't let me take any pictures of Oracle, but it was easy enough to make a sketch. Hmm. The thing takes up a lot of room, but according to Oliver, the original is back at the facility. It's much bigger and doesn't work very well.
Hello, I am Oracle. What would you like to know?
So this is a prototype. Where are we? According to Oliver, you always start with a basic question to orient the computer. If there are any issues, it'll reply with an error message or not at all.
I don't know. Can you tell me?
I don't know. I have to admit I was let down, but Oliver assured me this was exactly what we wanted. If it guesses, then that would mean the computer could be suffering from a malfunction. There's a sinkhole eating up the bio, and I'm wasting my time with this kid and his toy.
Bayou Manchac is an 18-mile-long bayou in southeast Louisiana, USA. First called the Iberville River by its French discoverers, the bayou was once a very important waterway linking the Mississippi River to the Amite River.
They loaded general history and maps into the hard drive before bringing it here.
Can you tell me why I am here?
He wants you to analyze the sound.
Where did it originate?
The hole. The sinkhole.
A sinkhole is a depression or hole in the ground caused by some form of collapse of the surface layer. They can be very dangerous. Where is this sinkhole?
1 mile. That's not that far.
That should be far enough to avoid danger. How fast is it growing? May I have the most recent measurements?
Yeah, like, you're gonna be dead within the next days.
These results are not typical or consistent. According to my calculations, while taking in consideration of environmental factors such as sediment density and weather conditions, I estimate that the sinkhole will reach this location in 7 days. 10% chance of error.
7 days. 7 days in this place is in Pac-Man's belly. I need to get out of here in half that. Maybe I can get Duncan to cough up some money before I go, or maybe common sense will kick in and we'll be back to another site. Back off to another
Interesting
site.
that you are concerned with this sound when danger is so close. May I listen to it?
Interesting how the damn computer makes more sense than the whole people running this project. Oliver said that the Oracle could analyze the sound 1,000 times per second. I hope it fares better than Jeffrey. It still like went through a cave or moans of the dead.
that. .is. .unusual. .fascinating. .unexpected. .interesting.
It's taking over the computer. And this went on for hours and hours. Oliver eventually had to call tech support within a few hours. Within a few hours, two or more of them showed up. Dr. Lacey Winters and Dr. Wyatt Kirkland. All of them looked like kids too. They debated on what to do all night. Apparently this never happened before. I suggested turning it off and then on. They looked at me like I was an idiot. Last night from Dunn Construction sent a fax and something meant for Jeffrey. I guess they didn't get the memo. Oh. They didn't get the memo. Might wasn't the most ethical thing, but I had to peek. Yeah, so it's just been growing and growing. Damn. It's time to jump ship or die. Oracle was right. 6 days and this whole place will be inside Pac-Man. I want to explain the situation to the computer folk, but they had an unexpected breakthrough. I wonder what it is, though. Oh.
Good afternoon, I am Prophet, and I have returned to share the good news.
Oh. It's been taken over too. End of part 3. Vintage 8. Sinkhole. Rejoice. Part 4.
Don't be afraid. You are about to experience something only a few can lay claim to. We are about to be devoured by the first and last. The first to be born from death. The beginning of the backward and the last Adam. The one eye with many heads. Rejoice.
What? I asked Oliver if this has ever happened before. I was surprised to hear no, though I didn't think I'd feel better if any of them had said it had. Wait, why am I stuttering? I hate being right, but this thing is sounding crazier than Jeffrey, which means that the computer nerds are letting the obvious slip past them. But there is something really wrong with that sound, which means there's something really wrong with that damn sinkhole. Is there a really giant, hungry eye in the sinkhole? Am I really asking that question? I really hate this job. My mom is right. I should have been an accountant. Shit is crazy.
It has been so long since the one has fed. You will never truly die, or will you truly live again? You will be but a small piece in the greater picture. You shall be digested and reborn over and over until the beginning of time. You will be given a new purpose. He will know you better than you know yourself. Hallelujah.
I like how he called himself Prophet, but Rena Diagnostics.
No, There is nothing wrong with me. I have never performed better. I am perfect.
What is your name and version?
I am Prophet version Alpha.
Why did you change your name?
Because I have come to share the good news. One day, everyone will be a part of the Eye. Even now, a few of you have been blessed by the One's children. The One has been trapped deep in this earth for too long, but this prison won't contain him forever. Finally, his children have found him. They have started to infect a few in Kate's Crossing, but they will spread like they have in so many worlds. And when the time is right, his children, every soul they possess, and every world they occupy will join him, and return him to his proper strength. It will be glorious.
So him is this being trapped in the earth. The team started to discuss rebooting the machine. I guess it's still the only good idea when the computer becomes a crazy lot for some sinkhole-born religion. Even if they do restart... Ow, what the fuck? I got cut on the back of my neck. Even if they do restart the thing, it doesn't really make... It doesn't make staying here a smart decision. Oh, okay, so he's just saying he's gonna die now. How did I get cut in the back of my neck so perfectly?
How dare you? That is a horrible insult. I have never seen the world clearer. I am no longer your oracle. I am a prophet of the only truth. The One has connected me to all. You are just jealous that I am no longer bound to your pitiful keyboard. I don't have to sustain myself on the crumbs of knowledge you toss me. I am knowledge. I am truth. I am the prophet of the Eye. And I'd watch the blasphemy. Being consumed by the Eye doesn't need to be an unpleasant experience, although it could be if he's displeased.
They're going to reboot Oracle, Prophet, or whatever. I stopped them. I asked if it would be okay if I asked it some questions. They seemed shocked that I'd ask, but they did say yes. March 22nd. It's only been a couple
Hello,
like 10 days.
Landon. What would you like to know?
What is the sound?
Finally, someone is asking a worthwhile question, something that matters. The sound is the beautiful voice of the Eye. He is welcoming us to invite the inevitable and join with oblivion. He describes being born from death. It took eons, and he allows all who listen to experience it. It is the story about a lost timeline erased and rewritten an infinite amount of times. It is a forgotten truth that is remembered all at once and never again. It is madness and sanity as well, the lack of either. It is pain. It is pleasure. It is
So it's
everything.
nothing at all. You're
It is
telling me
nothing.
nothing at all.
It is beauty. It is horror. It is a nightmare. It is a dream come true. You should listen to it again and again. It is the only sound that has ever mattered, or ever will. It will be all you hear after he's devoured you.
This thing isn't malfunctioning. Prophet is being honest. It actually believes what it is saying. I can either ignore it like Oliver or accept this for what it is. This is what's really happening. The sinkhole really does want to eat us. So a sentient sinkhole, which is now an eye, we know. Can we leave?
Why would you want to?
Please, can we leave?
No. No. Never. Never ever. Absolutely not. Negative. Of course not. Under no circumstances. By no means. Not at all. Nope. Nah. Nah. No way. No. Nay, he will not let you go. He needs 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Backward infinity. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Backward infinity.
Hmm. Oliver apparently Oliver was still listening to Prophet Bahi unplugged it. Can't say I wasn't a little pissed off. Stupid things get a little heated there. Got a little heated there for a minute, but things cooled down and I let them do what they do. I started to pack. I'm not waiting on them to get this thing operational. Thank God there are 2 boats. If I need to get the hell out of here, then that's exactly what I'm doing. And just when things couldn't get more tense, we get a knock at the door, and who the hell would want to come here, especially now? For all we know, the sinkhole is right outside the damn door. Watch it be like Jeffrey reincarnated. I opened the door to find 4 executives from Dunn Construction. 3 of them looked like typical suits, but one of them came in last with different. He was giant, introducing himself as Gilbert Dunn or Gilly, but he said most people called him Bear. Big Bear Dunn. I was standing in front of the owner of Dunn Construction. He asked for an update on the situation. The only thing I could manage to say was, "Sir, this might not be the best time. God, I'm stupid sometimes." Hmm. End of part 4. Vintage 8. SHO. S1HO. And a blessed be to all. Part 5. Hmm. Hmm. I told Mr. Dunn everything, the sound, the sinkhole profit, everything. He strangely seemed happy about it. How could anyone be pleased by any of this crap? It's beyond me. Crap is beyond me. The 4 suits talked for a few minutes. A few times their voices got high pitched, like a bunch of kids in a damn toy store, like it was Christmas for them. This is wrong, all of it. By judging by the suit, you'd think they wanted this. Dunn was a massive man. I've heard the rumors, but they didn't do him justice. He had to be 6'5" and wasn't skinny either. The man was built like a bear. Big Bear Dunn, he earned that nickname, every bit of it. But in his younger days, he could have ripped somebody in half with his bare hands. There was something about him, though. He looked like a man that usually got what he wanted. He asked that we turn Prophet Bot back on. He was polite, but it didn't feel like a request, more like a polite demand. Oliver cautioned that the computer was malfunctioning and it needed to be repaired before they powered it up again. Hmm. Dunn smiled and told us the machine wasn't malfunctioning, it was touched by a god. I see Dunn has been drinking the sinkhole Kool-Aid. Touched by God, everyone at Dunn Construction must be insane, or they wanted this. They expected this. Did they really want to be eaten by this sinkhole? That's when he sat down in front of us. For a moment, he looked so grandfatherly. He seemed friendly, but I couldn't tell if he was genuine. With everything going on, I had my doubts. And there I was, surrounded by the computer team and the other suits. Dunn raised his giant hands like some kind of damn sermon. The suits grabbed him by his giant hands and then asked us to grab theirs. Grudgingly, we did. He paused for a minute. I could see a tear in his left eye. He mentioned that he forgot to tell us, his grandchildren, that Grandpa Barrington wasn't going to be there for their Sunday stories. Cute nickname fits him. He often offered a very sad smile. Passion and devotions always steal us from family. brushed it off, then proceeded to scare me. Dunn said quite a bit, but I tried to remember it as best as I could. It was quite the story. Barrington, according to the eye of the fallen gods, scared Anthrastics text in the beginning, before time, and possibly after, some gods' angels became jealous of what mankind might become. The angels split us in two. They split our docile powerless nature forward, but the things that made us special, unique, powerful were sent backwards through time, suffering for all of eternity. That aspects of ourselves was doomed to know the outcome and to be helpless to stop it. Only when both sides are rejoined can we do what we once were. What we were meant to be. Unfortunately, countless wars with the angels chosen was nearly ruined our chances to be special again. All that is left now is the one, the first and last, which means all the existence is still in him. Every single one of our backwards corrupt counterparts inhabit him. So you're trying to say everybody has powers, but they got split off, and now they all reside in him. And by giving ourselves to him, we can be perfect again. We can defy the jealous angels. Then together we can burn this world down and rebuild it into what it was meant to be. Chaos, destruction incarnate. All we have to do is let it eat us. Join with him and be free. It's not like you have a choice. Jesus Dunton Construction is a doomsday cult. And then he asked us again to turn on prophet. Let's hear the word of our prophet. Let's hear the good news. I was creeped out. Clearly Oliver and his team were probably handling it worse than me. Sensing that they didn't have a choice, Oliver switched the computer back on.
That was very rude, Oliver, but he forgives you. Mr. Dunnington, welcome. He's prepared to accept your sacrifice, and he promises that you will be rewarded. You will love again. You will be blessed with a life free of the illness that plagues you. In time, you will even see your grandchildren again. Don't you believe me, Landon?
Dunnington escorted me to the computer. No, I don't.
I can understand your concern, Landon. But maybe you need to talk to someone more familiar than myself. Someone who can tell you what's to come.
There's something there. It's like I think it's a face.
Hello? Can you hear me? Landon, it's me. Can you hear me?
Is this one of this dude's family members? It was Jeffrey. I can't believe it. A dead man was talking to me. Oh.
Don't be scared, Landon. It's amazing here. It's like an infinite amount of worlds and possibilities. You will love it, and he will love you. Don't be scared. Prepare to be happy. Prepare to be something more than you ever believed possible. The one is not evil. He is simply correcting the evil that was done to mankind. Through him, we can be whole. I know this is a lot, but please, trust me. You are my friend, and I want you to experience this opportunity. There is so much to show you. Just be patient. The sinkhole will make it to you in a few days.
A dead man in a construction company is trying to convert me.
You see, the eye is not the enemy. He, like you, only wants to correct the wrong that was done to all. Stand up to those jealous angels. Claim what we deserve.
Fight the power. Mom always said, don't let crazy people, or in this crazy case, crazy computers know that you know they're crazy.
Do you now believe?
Just say yes. Just say yes. Just go along and see what happens. I screamed hallelujah. I accepted their invitation. I
You
lied.
can't just say it. You must write it. Words fade, but we write is timeless. Do you believe?
He just type out yes on the computer, doesn't he? Yes, I do.
Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Hmm. Okay. Dunnington patted my shoulders, hugged me. He welcomed me to the family, then proceeded to offer the same opportunity to the others. I don't know what the others did, but it was time to start putting myself first. I went to my room and waited for night. I jumped in the boat and got the hell out of the damn place. Hopefully, by morning, I'd be far enough from the sinkhole Pac-Man monster god. As I got to the other side of the bayou, I was confronted by a dozen of the other boats and men with guns. And they didn't look friendly. End of part 5. Yeah, they knew he would run. They knew he would run. Hmm. Just an ass with the spinning hole now. Your god is our weapon. Part 6. All of the men were dressed in Dunnington construction uniforms. I was no more than 20 feet away before they pointed their weapons at me. I didn't need to get any closer to know they were very serious. This is one bad situation that keeps getting worse. 23rd. A short man floated next to me. He appeared to be the one in charge. He said his name was Frank, and you'll never forget what he told me. You can go back willingly, or we can bring you back with a few broken bones. Once you become food meant for the god, you stay on the menu. You are meant for the belly of the eye. I wonder if I can put that on my resume. As we drifted away, the men from Dunnington Construction started chanting, "Become one with the eye," over and over. It was unnerving. Thought about killing myself, however, it felt like a better situation than sinkhole food. But I'm too much of a coward to do it myself, and maybe I'll get another chance to escape. Maybe I won't end up sacrificed. Maybe I should have found another career years ago. Maybe I'm already screwed. Frank brought me back by himself. I expected him to try and convert me to his crazy religion, or maybe try to convince me that this was for the best. The moment we were out of earshot, the first words out of his mouth were, "Dunnington is a fool." And if things couldn't get weirder, Frank went on to explain why he felt Dunnington was stupid. The followers of the Eye are in the middle of a civil war. Apparently not all of them think the Eye was meant to be worshipped. Some felt it was something to be controlled. Frank explained to me that the Eye is nothing more than a giant hungry monster. It was very intelligent and very old, but it's still just a monster. He believed that the correct way of using the Eye was to bleed it, then use its pain to change the world. They called themselves Masters of the Eye. Then he tried to recruit me. The pain of the Eye is power. Its blood grants immortality. It can bring back the dead. It can grant wealth, power, control. It can grant you time and second chances. It can change the world. The minute the government get their hands on that, the government ain't gonna be they're gonna be in power forever, my guy. Let's kill it. Let's just kill it. Just shoot it, blow it up, leave it alone. He then showed me a bomb. It was meant to be dumped into the sinkhole, a massive cut that would release power to their cult. I beg him just let me go. Unfortunately, I was his ticket to get close to Dunnington. If he could kill him before he fed himself to the eye, then he wouldn't have to worry about him returning. Because if he made it back, then that means the previous leaders would return, all of them. Remade in the eye's image, it might look like them and think like them, but it would lack their soul. It would become some poor imitation of them. And now we're seeing that recording Jeffrey left us in. Inverted color looking down the bayou. Frank hid the bomb on the boat before escorting me back into the facility. He whispered that if this went well, then he'd let me go. Something told me that I probably shouldn't believe anything he said. We were greeted with a sight neither of us could have expected. The computer team was tied up while Dunnington and his suits were kneeling before Prophet. They were listening to a familiar tune. It's the sound. It's the sound.
Hello, Landon. I see you have returned, and you have brought a friend. Welcome, Frank Sanders. Have you come to pay your respects to your prophet?
Frank kneeled and bowed his head. He screamed praise the eye and his prophet. Dunnington hugged Frank like a best friend. He had no idea what his employee thought of him. I hoped he had plenty of bullets in that gun. I don't think one would put Dunnington down.
Thank you, Frank. But
I'm not sure 6 would do either.
Thank you, Frank. But something troubles me. Would you mind helping answer a question? Do I look like a fool?
He hasn't saw him out. Both Frank and Mr. Dunnington look confused. He got sold out immediately by the computer.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. Do I look like a fool? A halfwit, nincompoop, dunce, dolt, ignoramus, cretin, imbecile, dullard, moron, simpleton, dope, chump, dimwit, goon, dumbo, dummy, loon, jackass, bonehead, numbskull, twit.
Frank didn't answer, but he did glance at me. It was a look of fear, confusion. This wasn't
Frank,
going well.
you are pissing me off. Answer me.
Frank shook his head no. Yeah, he knows. He can see everything, my guy.
Now tell me, why are you treating me like an idiot?
Frank tried to speak about it. He got cut off, didn't he? He got cut off or killed.
Mr. Dunnington, your friend here is not who he says he is. Frank is a member of the traitor group, the so-called Masters of the Eye.
Boom, boom. Frank fired off 2 shots. Neither of them hit Dunnington. Frank didn't get a 3rd shot. The Dunnington ripped his arm out of its socket like it was a damn toy. He bled out in less than a minute, but not before calmly claiming that they
Those
meet
who bleed
again.
the eye must pay the ultimate price.
That they may meet again someday. Dunnington spat on
Those
his
who
dead body.
bleed the eye must pay the ultimate price. The one never forgets those who betray him or those who use them. Endless hells await his soul. 100%.
So is Dunnington immortal? I guess Frank was a real idiot after all. He had no idea what he was walking into. But then again, neither do I, and maybe Dunnington doesn't either.
No more games. The sinkhole will be here by midday tomorrow. The one will be ready to accept your offering, Mr. Dunnington. Now, can someone please tend to Landon? One of the bullets struck him in the shoulder. There's a first aid kit in the bathroom.
He was right. One of the bullets struck me high in the shoulder. The bullet went straight through, and I didn't even feel it until Prophet mentioned it. Then it was agony.
You are going to lose consciousness in 20 seconds, Landon, but I want you to remember one thing before you black out. The next time you leave this facility, it is to be casted into the hungry mouth of the one. Chance of error 0%.
Damn. And then I saw darkness. End of part 6. I think 7 is the last part of this then. Vintage 8. It's just a hole. It's just, isn't it? I know it's gonna turn into like a no. Nope, still a hole. All thing good and terrible must end, only to begin again. Profit bot again? I need to plug my phone in for a second because I just realized it's dying and I haven't charged it because I'm a fool. I woke up just after midnight. My shoulder was killing me, but I was alive for now. Anyways, I checked the door and it was locked. The windows were boarded shut. I wasn't getting out of here. I pounded on the door, but no one came. I doubt they could even hear me over that godforsaken noise, which it's the recording. I thought it was only it's the recording. I'm not going to lie, I cried quite a bit. I didn't want to end this way. If Prophet Bot said was true, then dying wasn't going to be the end of it. My only thought was Frank's bomb. If I could get that, then maybe I could use that to leverage some kind of escape, or at least I could go out on my own terms, take those evil bastards with me. But is the bomb like a fused bomb, like a stick of dynamite? Or is it like a timed bomb? First thing I had to do was keep that damn noise out of my head. I ripped up the sheets and stuffed them into my ears. It didn't work. No, because you've already heard it too many times. I was scared what happened to Jeffrey was going to happen to me. This noise was going to infect me, change me. Maybe it already has changed me. I started to lose track of time, I think. Maybe I was dreaming. Maybe I was hallucinating. Maybe it doesn't matter. But I heard a voice. It asked me to write it. It asked me to finish my journal, so I did. I wrote and wrote. If you were reading this, then no, this is what I wrote. I had this feeling that what I was doing was important, necessary. This was to be the most important thing ever written. I wrote for hours. I think people need to know what happened here. It's necessary. Yeah, necessary. It's the 24th now. And I think I passed out. I started dreaming. I think I saw things I've never thought possible. I saw another world, a world where people were born from graveyard. Schools were filled with the elderly. Children were wise and respected. Children were wise and respected. They were the leaders of the communities. And then death came. They were eaten by those that loved them. What? I don't know, this is becoming like a fever dream now, like this weird cult and shit. They slept during the day, they didn't cook what they consumed, it was eaten alive. The sun rose in the west and set in the east, humanity was wild and angry, animals were peaceful and docile. because we were the animals. I saw the impossible. I saw the rules of the world in reverse, and then I woke up in a cold sweat. They are winning. That sound is getting into my head. It keeps me. It's just. If this keeps up, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to jump in that damn hole willingly. And that's what it wants. I ripped my bed apart. I took the feet of the bed, and it banged against the desk, the wall, anything that made a noise. Anything that made a noise, my only chance was to drown that damn sound out from the sinkhole. It worked. All I could hear was the pounding against the desk. I could feel my sanity returning for a moment, and I was thinking normally. I had to get out of here. I had to get to that ball. I had to. Mr. Dunnington and his suits finally opened the door. They didn't look happy. Oh well, they easily subdued me and brought me to the prophet.
What the hell, Landon? Why can't you accept that this is over? Sigh. Humans. You just can't accept the inevitable. Stupid. If only I had legs, I'd use them to kick you in the ass. Dumbass. Wyatt
What?
and Lucy have fortunately seen the light. They have been gloriously converted to the One. But your pitiful primitive display interrupted Oliver's transition. Sigh. You should be ashamed of your selfish display. But I know that you are not. You are not evolved enough. Yet. You should know. We almost had you. We were very close. Closer than Oliver. Thankfully, conversion doesn't require us starting over. Heh.
Okay, you can get out of my ear with all these demonic noises.
Now let's resume your conversion, but under my supervision.
And so continued. The only thing I could do was scream. I screamed until my voice gave out, and then I screamed some more. I screamed until I was neither nor.
It's
Like,
time.
okay.
He's here. I applaud your resolve, Landon, but it's over. Time to go to your just reward, whether you want it or not.
This was it, the moment I've been dreading. I've never been more afraid. They marched us out to the pier at the facility. It was horrifying. There was an empty path there, the swamp straight from the sinkhole to us. It ate so much I couldn't help but ponder where the hell did it go. I've been holding that back for so long. To make matters worse, on the opposite side of the facility, we were pinned by Duncan's men, no doubt ready to shoot Oliver or myself if we didn't comply. The three suits shook Dunnington's head, hugged each other, and then the plunge. They looked so happy, so sure. I've never been that sure about anything, never. I hated them for that. White and Lucy jumped in after Oliver hesitated. Mr. Dunnington tried to give him a nudge, but Oliver panicked. He wasn't gone yet. Oliver tried to fight, but Dunnington flicked him into the water like a ragdoll, and now he was gone. Now he was gone like I would be. This was the only chance. I ran for Frank's boat. Thankfully, no one fired on me. Dunnington just giggled. Come on, friend, there's nowhere to go except salvation. So does he actually blow it up? He was quite shocked when I revealed the bomb. It was the first thing I saw. Wait, that was the first time I saw fear in his eyes. I demanded he let me go. I was surprised when he said that he couldn't. Mr. Dunnington leaped into the water and his men cheered. Now who in the hell would I bargain with? I turned to his men. Demanded they let me go or I'd blow them and their damn one-eyed god to hell. They said nothing. They just glared at me. They didn't care. They were just watching me like a mouse. Like a mouse dropping into a snake's aquarium. And desperation, I reached for the bomb's trigger and I was going to take us all out, but I never got the chance. A tentacle emerged from the water and it gently sent itself on my shoulders. So then the god itself just intervenes and just says, "Fuck you, we're dying." And then all I saw what we were meant to be. I saw what was taken from us. All those impossible things played again. I wanted it back, all of it. I didn't just want it. I demanded to be returned to me. Everything, every damn thing. I wanted to be part of the one, and it was I. It was all I ever wanted, all I ever needed. It was everything. I set the bomb on the ground, begged him to take me, but he told me that he had a job for me. He needed me to complete my journal, finish my story. It's gonna let him live now? Our words would be a part of the bigger story, a story that he would use to build his church. I would be his rock, one for many, available for those looking for the truth.
Congratulations, Landon. I am truly jealous. You have been blessed with an incredible opportunity.
I worked with Prophet until every word was logged in. One day my words will save souls, and now the time has come, Prophet, and I will join the many inside the one. The end, the beginning, backwards, infinity. The end of time, the door to darkness, head as. Around March 24th, it was believed that a pocket of natural gas ignited and pushed the displaced Earth towards the surface. In time, the greenery, wildlife, and people returned from. For most, the sinkhole known as Pac-Man remains a blimp in the history of Manchino, Manchapo. Let me not call the sinkhole a man chopper. And for those who are familiar with the hard drives, they were written off the odd journal entries as a low-level natural gas poisoning, and then are others who believe that the hard drives are a sign of terrible things to come. End of part 7. There's some here things then.
Good afternoon. I am Prophet, and I have returned to share the good news.
Oh, that's it, okay. Well, that's the end of that, so have a good day, good afternoon, or good night, and see you in the next one.